What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from Dawson Speak TV and D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing the videos on this channel. Much love to those who support this channel by donating. I appreciate it. All that information is in the description box underneath the video. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I drop a new video. Now let's get into this topic. Alright, thanks for clicking on the video. Now, this video is for educational purposes, and as I approach this topic with respect, I want you all to please be respectful in my comment section. Thanks. Now, before I get into this story, I want to say that Dawson Speaks TV does not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, gender expression, age, national origin, disability, marital status, sexual orientation, military status, or political affiliation. Alright, now this story comes out of Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, and shout out to all of my people in Memphis and surrounding areas. You all are my folks, and that is no joke. And I have to give a rest up to my guy Thaddeus Matthews. Yes, Thaddeus Matthews, who was from Memphis, Tennessee, and he covered this story when he was on this side with us. He has since made his transition, so rest up, Thaddeus, man, rest up. We'll take it from here. Now, y'all know it's always some trolls that get in the comment section on everybody's videos, and they always say some outlandish stuff like, "Oh, Dawson, I didn't like Thaddeus, and I don't like you either. Dawson, your show sucks." Well, look, pal, my show can't suck that much. It got your attention. Amen, amen, and amen again. Let's go on. Now, many of you all who've been following my show for years now, you'll remember that I covered this story in 2019 of the Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church associate pastor, Brodus Perry, who was married to Lady Tabitha Perry at the time of his unfortunate demise. Now, it was said in court by the defense that Pastor Brodus Perry was unfaithful to Lady Tabitha Perry and that he had an affair with a therapist named Latasha Daniels. Now, during the trial a few days ago, according to Latasha Daniels, because Brodus Perry is not here to defend himself, she went to Pastor Perry for marriage counseling, which turned into a romantic situation at the church. Now, according to Latasha Daniels, she said that during the second counseling session, Pastor Brodus Perry pulled her in and kissed her. My Lord, what kind of counseling session was that? And this is why I say some of you pastors have the audacity to be judging brothers who don't go to church, and you judge these brothers who go other places like the strip club and they frequent the boom boom room. Well, the only difference between them and some of you pastors I've covered on YouTube throughout my years here is that you don't take the women to the boom boom room. You just walk down the halls of the church and go to the prayer room in order to fulfill your personal needs. And then you sit there and wonder why there's no move of God in your church. Well, there's not going to be a move of God in your church, sir, because you're moving everything else in an ungodly way. Now, according to Latasha Daniels, Pastor Brodus Perry gave her everything that she was not getting in her marriage, and she was smitten with him. Now, when Latasha Daniels realized that Pastor Brodus Perry was not going to lead Tabitha Perry, she became angry. Latasha Daniels couldn't take it. She just couldn't take it. And you know what, Latasha? I don't know why you couldn't take it. You certainly took everything else he was giving you. And also, Latasha, according to what you said during your testimony, Pastor Brodus Perry wanted many women. So what made you think he was going to be true to you if in fact he was cheating on his wife with you, ma'am? Now, according to court documents, Latasha Daniels drove from her city to Collierville, Tennessee, which was over 2 hours away to where Pastor Brodus Perry, Tabitha Perry, lived. Because according to her, once she arrived to the residence, she, along with Pastor Perry, they were going to tell his wife about the alleged affair. However, once Latasha Daniels arrived to the residence, things took an unfortunate turn for the worse. Latasha Daniels ended up deleting Pastor Brodus Perry and injuring his wife. Latasha Daniels was apprehended by Collierville officers and charged with Pastor Brodus Perry's demise, and she also was charged with harming Lady Tabitha Perry. Now, 6 years later, just a few days ago, on Friday, November 7, 2025, a jury found Latasha Daniels guilty. Now, I got a lot to say, y'all, so let's go in. But before I go in all the way, I want to send my condolences to the family and friends of Pastor Brodus Perry, because I know no matter how many years have gone by, grief is grief, loss is loss, and you still love him and you all miss him no matter how long it's been or no matter what situation led to his transition. And I want to say that I am happy that his then wife Tabitha is doing better and that she was able to heal from her injuries and has gone on with her life. Also, I want to thank the Lord for giving Tabitha the strength to testify during this trial, which ultimately helped lead to the guilty verdict in this case. Now, LaTosha Daniels' sentencing will take place on December 17th, 2025. Man, just days before Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. No, the hell you won't. You gonna pay for what you did. Now, let me say this to LaTosha Daniels. If everything you said in that courtroom was true, Pastor Brodus Perry seduced you, it was spiritual manipulation, etc., you knew that he was a married man. And deep down inside, you had to know that this man was not going to leave his wife for you. He just wanted to hit it and quit it, and you messed around and fell in love with it. LaTosha Daniels, I'm not saying that your feelings for Pastor Brodus Perry were not real, and perhaps he did lead you on. What I'm saying, LaTosha, is there was another way you could have handled this situation. This happened in 2019. We all were vlogging in 2019. You could have did what most of these men and women do now when they get messed up or messed over with these pastors who are married. They put them on blast. Figuratively, of course. Nobody ain't worth you going to prison over. You should have came on social media and we would have allowed you to have your say. And LaTosha, I know that you said that he broke your heart. You said that while you were in the act of going after Pastor Brodus Perry and his wife Tabitha Perry. You kept saying, you broke my heart. But the state prosecutor said this, and she was a sister. Hell, the judge was a sister. It seemed like all the sisters over in Memphis taking over. So I don't want to hear that, oh, you ain't helping the women out. No, it ain't about that. Because you can't just get mad at people and just go knock people off because they broke your heart. Come on, y'all. All of us would be locked up then. How many of us have had a broken heart? Or somebody, they played us. We just had to take the L and go on with our life. But the state prosecutor said this, ladies and gentlemen, if a broken heart were an excuse or defense to unalive someone, I wouldn't have a job. And the state rests their case, and so do I. We all have to control our emotions. Now, based on the videos that the defense presented during the trial, it appeared that Pastor Brodus wanted an open relationship. He wanted to be with more than just his wife. Like a lot of these pastors out here. Not all of them, but it's some of them.
Nobody at home. Like, this is an exception because I kind of threw you that. But, no, you ain't dating nobody else. Like, that was Jacksonville, so our heart knows that no Jacksonville, which is hometown for us, no exes, and no place in your current city. Those are the hard no's, right? She got an exception because it was there that she realized, well, yeah, I don't think I want him to be dealing with all these people, all these women, and no doubt these women would be in the church because that's all we do is kind of hang around, or in the community or close enough. So it was kind of one of those things.
Was LaTosha Daniels an exception to your rules? No. Did you create rules about Jacksonville? No. Did you create rules about exes? No. Did you create rules about the city that you live in? No. Were those hard no's for you?
No.
Was any extramarital affair a hard no for you?
They were all hard no's for me.
Now, according to his then wife, Tabitha Perry, she said she didn't know anything about any other women, and she certainly didn't know anything about LaTosha Daniels. Now, if y'all believe her or not, that's on y'all, alright? I just report the news. Now, let me say this to some of the pastors, not all, but some. Y'all gotta stop cheating. Because you don't know how it's going to end. You can't keep playing with these men and women's emotions. Because everybody's not just going to take it on the chin. They may wipe it off their chin, but that don't mean they're going to take it. I mean, hell, y'all know what I'm saying. I'm being real. And some, not all, some of you are cheating with men and women. Come on, y'all. We might as well be real. It's almost 2026. Some of these pastors want a hole and sometimes they want a pole. Either way, it's well with their soul as long as they get what they want. And then you all stress the congregation out about tithes and offering and pastor's appreciation and the annual day of giving at the church. 1,000 plus 1,000, you stressing us out over our funds in order to support your side chick or your side dude. And if we don't give, then we're cursed. But you're not cursed for cheating on your spouse. Now, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Some of you leaders, you pastors in the church, you need to get out of the pulpit and come on YouTube. You need to be a life coach because you're playing games. You're playing with God. I'm a vlogger. I'm not a pastor. I'm not an overseer. I ain't no missionary. I ain't no apostle, no prophet. I am a vlogger and I'm proud of it. All right? I don't play with God. And it baffles me that you all can sit there and do the things you do in the pulpit and then you want to blame vloggers. No, but God is blaming you. You're held to a higher standard, pal. And I know that no one's perfect. We all have our faults. We all have our issues, our vices. I know I've got mine. And maybe that's why I'm not in nobody's church or in nobody's pulpit, rather, playing around and playing games. Because I reverence God and I have too much respect for his people. They've been through enough. The people of God have been through enough. And that's why I say to some of you so-called leaders in the church, get right or get out of the pulpit. Don't be a stumbling block. I'm done. You all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this topic. Go off, please go off, all right? Don't forget to share the video with family and friends. Please thumbs up the video. I'll appreciate that. And also, thank you for those who show me support and show me love and say, Brother Dawson, I want to bless you. And guess what? I love you all back and I appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself and love yourself, all right? And each other. And don't forget, I live by this. Protect your peace and protect your energy. Peace.